Hi, it's me, Wade, that mobile home guy, coming to you from the other side of the stop sign where pizza delivery fares to deliver. We all know how brave they are for that $2 tip. Alright, last time I wanted to talk about this, but we all know how long-winded I am and how boring. However, this is the Not a Guide. See where it says guide? Right there. Guide. Alright, we're going to talk about why it's a guide in a minute. Best way to think about this, actually the really good way to think about this, is it's like a Kelly Blue Book on steroids. Kelly Blue Book is like a suggestion, hey, excellent, good, fair, poor. Okay, on the Not a Guide, it is much more involved, and I'll explain why. Okay, the first time I went to check this out, I thought it was like a Chinese jigsaw puzzle with no instructions. I was like, I got an IQ of 168 and I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, I'm stupid. Anyway, so here's the way it works. You find the make and model of your mobile home, and then you look for your year. If your year is not listed, you go to the first year listed on the page, which in my case was 1999, and it tells you go to this page in section 3. So you go to section 3 and you look for the length and the width of the mobile home. It's set up like a graph, and you find a number there, and that number has a numeric value. In our case, it was huge. Woohoo! But then you go to what's called a conditional modifier, and it's like if you played D&D as a kid or even now, conditional modifier makes your character stronger or weaker in certain conditions. And under these conditions, it says, you're 1973, multiply that amount by 43 cents. The ending result was less than half of what the first one was, and I was like, oh, dang. Alright, so then you get these other conditional modifiers. I live in Oklahoma. So, in Oklahoma, mobile homes get more respect than other places. Multiplied by $1.04. Hey, it's a little more. Still less than half. So anyway, there's all these things, right? Our mobile home has wall-to-wall carpeting. It has a fiberglass tub that's bigger than the one in my house. It actually fits a real person because it's an older mobile home. Okay? It has a washer and dryer. It has a refrigerator. It has a stove. It's got a really nice size covered front porch. It has a shed. It's surrounded by trees. All of this stuff adds value. Okay, there are some things that subtracted, but altogether, just under $8,000. And I'm like, seriously, looking for the parks. I always went to the fair, even though I knew they were nicer than that. Everything that they had, I tried to kind of lowball it because I didn't want a situation to where I ended up with a mobile home that picking all the, the things I really thought it was less than the price I quoted to the guy that's buying from me. Okay. Fortunately, it's just under $8,000, and I already quoted him the price of $5,500. The guy's getting a steal. Robert's a little disappointed because Robert's like, well, we should sell it for more. I already quoted the guy a price, and the thing is, you want to be a person of integrity. You don't want to come back and go, oh, well, hey, I got to charge you more because blah, blah, blah. That mobile home, it didn't, it fell through. I had to get a different one or whatever, Be a good person. Good things happen to good people. Every now and then some person takes advantage of it, but in the long run, you do much better than others. And I want to explain something else really quick. Let me explain something quick. All right. So anyway, when I was working with Dave, the not very nice person, he didn't have a lot to do with the mobile homes. He was the money, I was the brains. And basically what I would do was when I was selling the mobile home for us, I would always price our mobile homes at $1,000 to $500 less than other mobile homes for sale in the park that, in the surrounding area. And the reason was because When people came to see our mobile home, even if it wasn't as nice, the first thing going through their head is it was less expensive. Right? So it would sell faster. And I'll explain why really quick. Dave never got this, and this is one of those things about certain types of people. If you make an investment, you're going to get 10% in the course of a year. That's pretty good in today's market, right? Okay. But the thing is, what if I'm making an investment, I'm getting 3% for 3 months? You know, on one hand, you might be laughing at me going, ha ha, you only get 3%, I'm getting 10, but mine is for 3 months. So the first 3 months, I get 3%. But then I flip it and I do it again. Now, the next 3 months, I'm 6 months into it, I got 6%. Then I flip it again. 9 months into it, I got 9%. Right? I flip it again. 12 months after my initial investment, I've got 12% return. Your money was tied up for 12 months, you got 10%. My money was only tied up for 3 months. I just kept doing it over and over again. So I got 12%. Okay, it's only a 2% difference, but the thing is, 2% is a lot of freaking money, depending on how much you have invested. Alrighty? The thing about this, right, is that the Not a Guide is just a guide. In certain areas, even though the Not a Guide says a mobile home is worth this much, it could be worth less or it could be worth more, depending on the area that you're in. And as an example, this is something that I just found out, and it turns out it's true for Robert too. I live 15 minutes away from university. I can drive up the street, and in 15 minutes, I can be in the front entryway parking lot for your university. It turns out that where I am and where Robert is, Robert lives on one side of Green Country. I live on the other side of Green Country. That's what the locals call it, Green Country. Students love to buy mobile homes. They try to get 2 bedrooms. They like them for studying, and they like them for the wild monkey sex. I mean, they just, love it. They don't have to worry about people on, either side of them, having carnal knowledge while they're trying to study, or, people listening to them while they're having their carnal knowledge. It's just, it gives them more privacy. And the thing is, the students aren't stupid. They purchase these mobile homes and then they sell them when they graduate. They put them up for sale, saying, hey, I've got this mobile home. And so even if they're buying on terms, they get somebody else to buy. Pretty smart, right? And because of that, it turns out that it's true for Robert's area as well as mine, that the average price for a 2-bedroom mobile home is $24,000. Pretty good, right? And remember when I was telling you about that 1980s model that was $12,000? The reason why it's $12,000 is because it's competing against $24,000 mobile homes. That's why it's sold for $12,000. Pretty awesome, right? So, it was, me and Robert were having chicken wings, my favorite thing to eat. If I was, that question, if you're ever stuck on a desert island and you had to eat the same thing for a year, I'd eat chicken wings. There's so many different ways you can make them. Anyway, we were sitting down and I said, we should buy more of these $3,000 mobile homes. And the thing is, it's the most amazing thing to me. In my neighborhood, they don't advertise in the paper. They don't advertise on Craigslist. They just put the sign in the window and hope for the best, I guess. That works, but marketing, right? Learn marketing. Robert Woodruff, the guy's a freaking god at marketing. He's fantastic. John Fedora's no slouch either. learn how to market, and you will flip mobile homes really fast, much faster than these guys. They couldn't be making really good money, and they're just not marketing them right. Maybe they just don't know. It's one of the things that when you read the blogs by people who flip mobile homes, or the forums, or the books, it's just people who live in mobile homes. They're not educated on what mobile homes are actually going for. They're thinking of them like a car. I've lived in it this long, it's depreciated by this much. We take advantage of that lack of knowledge. Okay? Just saying. Alright, so this is probably the shortest video I've ever done. I'm Wade, that mobile home guy, coming to you from the other side of the stop sign where pizza delivery fears to go. We all know how brave they are for that $2 tip. And God knows if I could leave right now to get some chicken wings, I would go to the place that delivers pizza. Alright. Have a great day. I hope that you start investing in mobile homes really soon. If you don't have the money for real estate, and that you are incredibly prosperous. All right?